Hello everybody, today is the 3rd of October. I'm just going to give you a garden tour. Please subscribe to my channel and so that you can get some of the videos I make. As soon as they come out, you get them. So we start in this corner. I have my composting. So I've been putting all the leaves, the kitchen scraps, and some of the grass clippings I get from my lawn. So it's been composting in there, and then next growing season I take all this compost and put some of it in my raised bed gardens. And in this one, this is the first time I've tried growing some onions. They just didn't do so well, but we'll see what happens. Some composting going on in here as well in these two things. I will try and grow some sweet potatoes in here next year. What do we have here? Oh, that's my water fountain. You can see there's a bee in there trying to have a drink. Oh, it's gone. And we've got some marigolds over there. I'm just letting this straw bale just sit there, and then hopefully next growing season I'll use it as compost or mulch. And on this side, I've got some raised bed gardens. I've got some collard greens, Swiss chard. I have a little bit of what do we have? One beet plant, if you can see it. This one here. This. Oh, then we have some onions. They have been growing for the last 2 seasons. I don't cut them, they just keep growing and growing and growing. And I harvest them, and they taste so nice when you cook using them. And then over here I've got a raised bed garden with some kale, collard greens, and there's a little bit of a beet in there. 4 beet plants growing in there. And right here we have sweet potatoes in a bucket. This is almost ready to harvest, so in a couple of days I'll be harvesting this. Over here I had some cucumbers. They didn't do very well, but we got some. In this bucket I had some okra. Well, I think the plant is dying, but I did harvest quite a lot of okra, so been enjoying some okra. And then on here, this is Swiss chard. I've got a marigold in there, and I've got some kale and some collard greens. And this plant, this one, you can see that's a bit. I've been harvesting the leaves, and we've been eating the leaves, and they're so delicious. And on this side, well, this is where I was getting all the okra. We have been harvesting okra every couple of days, and it's been very good. I think I've got like 32 plants in there. Then we have what do we have here? Sweet potatoes. Yeah, let's see. I'll be harvesting this soon. Let's go on this side and see what's over this side. These are my 2 compost bins. So I started composting before winter last year, so I put all the leaves, fallen leaves I collected from the trees. I then put all the kitchen scraps, some coffee grounds. And what I normally do is that I will use the compost to put in my raised bed gardens. But what I decided to do, I just dropped some seeds in there, some tomato seeds. And as you can see, I have tomatoes right here. Yeah, and some leaves. I also have 2 eggplants, but I think it's a little bit too late now for, it's quite late in the season. And then I have tomatoes here. Oh, some of these tomatoes are so delicious. I've been just eating them raw. I did not cook them with anything else, just getting them and eating them, and they taste so good. And then in this bucket, the gray bucket, I have some composting going on. And then I have asparagus beans that's been growing up in this blue 20-gallon bucket. I've harvested some beans. And then in this last bucket, I have composting going on. So I'll grow something next season.